Meanwhile, there is some government funding being made available today to insulate the homes of some people on low incomes in England. The money was allocated as part of a heat and building strategy last year, but it is now being made available to local authorities and social housing providers. Dr. Jan Rosenow is a climate efficiency specialist with a think tank called the Regulatory Assistance Project. It works on energy policy, and he's previously worked with the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. Good morning.
Good morning.
How will this be used? How would people access it?
Well, this is primarily money for low-income households, social housing, and it's very welcome that the government now finally talks about energy efficiency, because making homes more energy efficient really helps people with their energy bills. What I would say, though, is today's announcements seem to be just a re-announcement of previous commitments made already in the last spending review a year ago. So it's not really new funding that's available.
But it's going to now be accessible and as you said, mainly through local authorities and social housing providers. What would be the first thing that you would do to someone's house? Presumably we're talking about Victorian housing stock, drafty, single glazed windows, that kind of thing.
So there's a lot of measures still that can be done, topping up loft insulation, for example, in your attic, replacing windows, better wall insulation. There's huge potential still in the UK left that research has shown again and again. But what we also see is that it's just too little and too late. We should have done this already back in March, when it became clear that energy prices were really getting out of control, and that hasn't happened. And I do hope that the UK government will increase spending even further. You're looking at other countries, Germany, Italy, they spend tens of billions per year. The UK falls a long way short of that.
This is £1.5 billion, which has the aim of upgrading 130,000 homes, which doesn't sound like many for the amount of money spent.
No, that's right. And that's because a lot of these measures cost money up front, but they save people money on their bills permanently and for 20, 30, even 40 years. So it's a good investment. And sort of rather than just subsidizing energy bills, which the government has decided to do, we should do an awful lot more on investing in energy efficiency to insulate us from those price shocks going forward.
Is it possible that we might be able to bring the cost of this down if you create more of a market for these insulation products, for loft insulation, double glazing, etc., then maybe the cost of this start to come down? Because it's clearly something ideally you'd want to roll out across our housing stock.
Indeed. And that's what experience shows. Once you have clear policy commitment, a long-term program, then the market will evolve and will provide these solutions at lower cost, more efficiently, and across the country.
Dr. Jan Rosenow, thank you very much.